Okay, guys, so here's part two. So right here, you see Cruz coming out, and he has his Bible, and he stands there for a moment, and he starts speaking James 1:19, which says, "Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." So after he finished reading that, obviously Oscar and I broke down. And moments later, I asked him, and I said, Cruz, I said, what made you go to your room and get your Bible? And he said, well, I knew God was going to come. And I said, well, what do you mean you knew God was going to come? He said, yeah. He said, because I had already prayed. And I said, well, what did you pray? He said, well, I prayed for you and Papa to stop arguing. And he said, I prayed 3 times. And I said, well, what made you read James 1:19? And he said, well, that's what God told me. And I said, well, how did he tell you? And he said, well, he put it in my mind. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. And I was like, wow. So my thing is, like, I'm still amazed of, like, how he knew who to go to in the moment of trouble. Like, he had no doubt whatsoever. When he prayed with faith. He had no doubt. He knew God was going to show up, and he did. And to me, it's like, I even told him, and I said, thank you, son. And he was like, for what? And I said, because you listen. I said, you listen to the voice of God. And he was like, well, yeah. And I was like, it's amazing. I said, because not even as adults, we listen to the voice of God. Sometimes we just ignore that voice, and I said, but you did. And I said, you listened and you obeyed, and you went to us, and you spoke his truth. You spoke his word. And I said, and for that, I said, I thank you. And I said, I don't ever want you to forget this moment.